Hello, and welcome to FreePod. I'm Lynn Fever.
And I'm Alan Wenzel.
In this week's episode, severe weather wreaks havoc on our community.
Freeport High School journalism students are headed to state competition.
And the Freeport Public Library hosts an opportunity to learn more about the natural wonders surrounding us.
This is FreePod for April 23rd, 2026, and here is the news you've been missing.
Northwest Illinois was rocked by several severe weather events in the past week, including a confirmed tornado touchdown in Lena. The first major storm front came through on Wednesday, April 15th, and did significant damage in Carroll, Joe Davies, and Stephenson County. In downtown Freeport, Royal Oaks Antiques had a large overhang ripped off the front of their building by the high winds and torrential rains. And then, on April 17th, a confirmed EF2 tornado devastated Lena. Photos and videos immediately circulated on social media showing damage to homes, businesses, and roadways. Stephenson County Sheriff Steve Stovall gave a press conference that evening to put to rest the rumors of fatalities as a result of the storm. Instead, Sheriff Stovall said that while there was considerable damage to properties throughout Lena, there were no fatalities or serious injuries reported. Stovall went on to declare that access to the village of Lena was strictly restricted to allow first responders from across Northwest Illinois to work unimpeded in both cleaning up and checking on the safety of residents. Even as crews worked diligently to clean up from the aftermath of the tornado, multiple roadways were closed off due to excessive flooding. Though the weather cleared after the Friday storm, the impacts of this particular event are likely to have lasting effects on our community.
Concerns over potential data centers are growing in Ogle County. Residents gathered at the old courthouse in Oregon to voice worries about possible future development, even though officials say no projects are currently planned. Key concerns include water usage, environmental impact, and land use, while some residents point to issues seen in other communities. County leaders say they are working to better understand the issue and may form a subcommittee to develop policies if proposals come forward. Last year, more than 500 acres near the Byron Power Plant were rezoned from agricultural to industrial use, raising questions about future development possibilities. Officials say their goal is to protect public health while ensuring fair and reasonable zoning decisions moving forward.
The former Holiday Inn on Business 20 in Freeport will have the last of its structure torn down this week. The project, which is being handled by Alber & Sons Earthworks, has been moving quickly since being approved by the city on February 17th. The building has been condemned since 2017, but legal wrangling over ownership delayed the demolition. Ultimately, the city convinced the judge that the building was a threat to public health and safety due to a large number of reported trespassings in the vacant property. The land itself is still owned by a private entity, but the city is seeking ownership through the courts. There's no word yet on what the city intends to do with the land if their lawsuit is successful.
Freeport Township Supervisor Patrick Sellers delivered his annual address this week, highlighting both progress and ongoing concerns in Freeport Township. Sellers said that township services remain strong and financially stable, but warned of growing issues, including crime, drugs, and deteriorating neighborhoods. He criticized what he called a lack of action from leadership and urged the community to confront problems more directly. Sellers also called for greater accountability and public involvement, saying that real change depends on residents demanding action from elected officials. He closed by emphasizing that the future of the community rests in the hands of its people.
The Freeport Art Museum has announced a major step forward in its United We Create project. Ben Swords, a lifelong Freeport resident and educator, has been selected as lead artist for the Community Mural Initiative. The project will celebrate America's 250th anniversary, bringing together local youth and residents to help design and create a mural at the Arts Plaza. Organizers say the effort will highlight shared stories and community pride through public art. More information on the project is available at the link provided in the print version of this story on our website.
A new tool aimed at helping families and child care providers is now available in Northwest Illinois. Through a grant from Birth to 5 Illinois, local partners have launched a searchable online early childhood resource list. Now, the project was developed with support from regional early childhood consortium members and is designed to connect parents and providers with services and support in one convenient place. Organizers say the list is still growing, and they're asking for public feedback to help improve it and identify any missing resources. More information and a link to explore the database is available in the print version of this story on our website.
10 students from Freeport High School's journalism program are headed to statewide competition. In just their third year of competition, the FHS journalism students had an outstanding showing at the IHSA sectional competition this past weekend. Competing in events like editorial cartooning, headline writing, and yearbook theme development, 10 students from Jenna Kleindell's classes placed in first, second, or third to qualify for the state competition. Kleindell, herself a former journalist, spoke to us about how important opportunities like this are for any student, regardless of their chosen career path.
It is super important for our students to be developing communication skills, critical thinking skills, and journalism is kind of a one-stop shop for them to really be successful in almost any career that they have. And many of them are passionate about it and committed to it, kind of based on what we can see with our sectional results.
If you'd like to get a sample of what these young scholars can do, take a listen to our recent March 19th episode of FreePod, which was entirely written and delivered by these very students.
Young leaders in Northwest Illinois are making a big impact in their communities. The Carroll County Farm Bureau Young Leaders recently wrapped up their Harvest for All grain drive, raising $28,000 for local food pantries with support from area farmers and businesses. Meanwhile, the Stephenson County Farm Bureau Young Leaders donated $11,000 to the county's Ag in the Classroom program. Those funds were raised during the annual Bruce Johnson Farm to Farm 5K and 10K run held in late March, which brought out more than 200 participants. Organizers say both efforts highlight the positive impact young people are making in agriculture and their communities. Adults ages 18 to 35 who are interested in getting involved are encouraged to join their local Young Leaders program.
A local library is celebrating a major gift tied to a historic milestone. The Carnegie Corporation of New York has awarded a $10,000 grant to the Warren Public Library in honor of America's 250th anniversary. The foundation, established by Andrew Carnegie, is recognizing the lasting impact of Carnegie libraries across the country. Carnegie funded more than 1,600 public libraries nationwide in the late 1800s and early 1900s, including this one in Warren, built in 1911. Today, only a fraction of those original libraries remain in operation, making this site a point of local pride. Library officials say the funding will help preserve the historic building and continue serving the community for years to come.
A fatal crash in Joe Davis County has claimed the life of a 21-year-old man. Authorities say Jordan Havens of Hanover died last week following a rollover crash near Elizabeth. According to the sheriff's office, the pickup truck left the roadway after hitting loose gravel, then went airborne and flipped multiple times. Havens, who was a passenger, was ejected from the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. The driver, 18-year-old Dayan Havens, was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and has been cited for failure to reduce speed. The crash remains under investigation by the sheriff's office and the Illinois State Police.
Authorities have released the names of 2 men killed in a train crash last week in Carroll County. 21-year-old Connor Sandrock and his father, 50-year-old Benjamin Sandrock, both of rural Linden, died after their pickup truck was struck by a southbound train near Savanna. Investigators say the truck was pulling a boat and trailer across a private railroad crossing near Route 84 when the collision happened. Multiple emergency agencies from Iowa and Illinois responded to the scene, and officials say the crash remains under investigation.
The Stephenson County Farmers Market is preparing for a new season with a temporary change in location. Due to construction and repaving work at the downtown municipal lot, the market will be relocated just a few blocks away from the start of the season. Vendors will set up in a parking lot along West South Street across from Aldi's, with additional parking available nearby. Opening day is set for Saturday, May 9th, with market hours running from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Organizers say the move is temporary and thank Castor Home Health for providing the space. And they also promise a season full of new vendors and programs for the whole community to enjoy.
The Greater Freeport Partnership is bringing back a popular local event. Stephenson County Restaurant Week returns on April 24th through May 2nd, inviting residents and visitors to explore featured dishes from restaurants across the area. With more than 80 dining options in Freeport and throughout the county, organizers say it's a great opportunity to try something new and support local businesses. Participants can also enter to win a $100 in partnership cash award by posting photos of their meals on social media using the hashtag StephCoEats. A winner will be selected by May 6th. Dine-in and carry-out and delivery options will be available, and a full restaurant guide can be found by following the link in the print version of the story on our website. Organizers encourage everyone to step out of their routine and discover new local favorites.
The Northwest Illinois Trails Foundation is inviting the public to explore the history behind the region's scenic landscape later this month. A special screening of the film Decoding the Driftless will take place Monday, April 27th at the Freeport Public Library, beginning at 6:30 p.m. The documentary dives into the unique geology, wildlife, and ancient history of the Driftless region, an area known for its rugged terrain and striking natural beauty. The film will be presented by Nancy Breed of Sustainable Driftless and features rare footage and insights from award-winning filmmakers. Organizers say the event is a chance for residents to learn more about the landscape they know and love. The screening is free and open to the public.
Gardeners in Northwest Illinois are invited to get inspired this spring. The University of Illinois Extension is hosting a Creative Container Gardens program Thursday, April 30th at 1:30 at the Joe Davies County Extension Office in Elizabeth. Program coordinator Nikki Keltner will share tips on designing eye-catching container displays, including how to select plants, choose the right containers, and keep them looking vibrant all season long. The session is part of the Spring Break Gardening Series, which features several upcoming programs on topics like landscaping, trees, and even tomatoes. Organizers say pre-registration is encouraged, and you can find the link to register as well as more information about upcoming events in the print version of the story on our website.
As we wrap this week's show, we'd like to remind you all to listen to this past week's interview. FreePod host Tim Connors spoke to Delbert Bunker about vehicle maintenance and the Freeport Beefaroo.
And this coming Tuesday, Becky Connors will share her conversation with Scott Stitch. Scott is retiring as the conductor of the Highland Community College Wind Ensemble. He has served in that role for more than 28 years and will be conducting his final concert on Friday, May 1st. Becky's interview will be available starting noon on Tuesday, April 28th. You can find it and all of our other interviews on our website, www.freepod.org, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We'd like to thank our community liaisons and reporters for providing pivotal content for our programming, and our partners at WNIJ and DeKalb for helping to share FreePod to a larger community. And, of course, the Mass Communication Department at Highland Community College for producing this podcast.
As always, please like us on Facebook, subscribe on the podcast platform of your choice, and share with your friends. If you'd like to make a tax-deductible contribution to support local news content, please visit our website at www.freepod.org.
This has been FreePod. Thank you for listening.